we're living in a world where everyone wants to impress everyone else. You need to teach your kids to work for an audience of one. And my mom wasn't even a Christian, but boy, she sure got it. Remember when you were a kid, like early junior high, and you had to vacuum the rug, and there's a couch, and your mother would say, move the couch and pull up the rug and vacuum under the rug and behind the couch. And I'm thinking, nobody is walking behind the couch, and no one can see underneath the rug. And she would say, I see, and it matters to me. And when you do a job, you do it well. And you just don't do a job for what people can see. You do it because you know it's your best. Did some of you remember hearing that? I got news for you. There's a whole generation that needs to get to hear that. What do we do as parents? Help your child discover God's calling for their life so they can impact their world and beyond. Help them discover what it is God wants them to do. And the way to do that is twofold. Number one, I believe kids need weekly jobs that they do with a good attitude. Well, we're back to making the beds, doing the dishes, packing lunches, helping with laundry, helping with younger kids, taking care of pets, and you do it seriously. And you expect them to do a good job. Second, I think we need to study their gifts, become a student of your children, and discover what they're good at. Not what you're good at, but you wish they would be. I mean, how many frustrated little boys have an athletic dad that don't have a lot of athletic talent? Or how many artistic mothers don't have a daughter who's very artistic, but's a little athletic? And we frustrate them. How about we just step back and say, I wonder what they're really good at, and my job as a parent is not to make them in my image, but to figure out what they're good at and help them become what God made them to be. It will transform your parenting. You will deal with a few ego issues. I've been there. And the life message here is that you were created to work. Can you imagine over and over? They're 2, they're 5, they're 7. Instead of work, oh, what a pain, homework, I don't want to do it. You were created to work. Hey, suffering is normal. Life message number 1. Life message number 2. You were created to work. It is a privilege for you to co-labor with the Creator and work in a way unto Him according to your design where you help shape the world and you fulfill His purposes in and through your life. You teach your kids that, and while everyone else is whining on Wednesday when they're 35 or 40 about the job and all this and all that, he'll expect the job to be hard, number 1, and he and she will think, what an opportunity that I get to work here. Because they'll probably choose a job not because of what a 19 or 18-year-old thought might make them happy or just to get money. They've done surveys, up to 65% of the people in America don't like their jobs. I wonder why. I bet a lot of them weren't ever designed to do it. But, it was a good job, it was a good paying job. Who wants a good paying job you don't like? You spend the majority of your life where? At work. You ought to be doing something that you were made to do. Stone number 3 that you need to put in that pouch. Teach them to manage their lives wisely. This is a theology of stewardship. And there's some basic points they need to learn. First, God owns everything. They just need to learn. Remember what the Apostle Paul said? What do you have that you have not received? Answer? Nothing. God owns everything. God has entrusted to us things to manage for Him. Our time, our talent, our treasure. Your kids need to know that it's not their time, it's not their talent, it's not their treasure. It's been loaned by the Creator to them, and they are a steward. And so it's not about how they want to use their time. It's God's time. It's not what they want to do with their money. It's God's money. It's not what they choose to do. I had my kids give me this. Well, you know what? It's my time. I can do what I want with it. Excuse me, son. No. That's not your time. God gave you this time. God gave you this talent. You can't squander it. In fact, we'll learn a little bit later, one of the easiest things to manage and teach them is around the area of money because it's measurable and tangible. And when they get their money down, then they'll be able to kick in and realize their time and their talent is His as well. Notice the theology of stewardship means God expects a positive return on His investment.